Today, we are talking about something that affects more talented people than most of society realizes. We're talking today about invisibility. Invisibility, not because people lack talent, not because people lack intelligence, not because people lack purpose, but because somewhere along the way, many gifted people learned that visibility was dangerous. Many people in this room, on this live stream, or listening later are carrying powerful gifts while simultaneously hiding the very opportunities that they say they want. Many people in this room, on this live stream, or listening later are carrying powerful gifts while simultaneously hiding from the very opportunities that they say they want. Some people are hiding through procrastination, some through perfectionism, some through isolation, some through getting ready forever. Boy, oh boy, has that been me. When I'm ready, I'll do this. When I have enough money, I'll do this. When I have the right clothes, when I get the right haircut, when I have the right makeup. Some people are hiding from opportunities that they say they want through getting ready forever. Some are hiding through self-doubt. Some through overthinking every move until momentum dies. Are you out there as a person who overthinks every move you have and then the momentum dies? What makes this painful is that the world often assumes invisible people are untalented. This is rarely true. Some of the most gifted singers, speakers, leaders, entrepreneurs, creators, and visionaries are the people most terrified of being seen. Today is all about breaking that cycle. There is a hidden cost to hiding your gifts. People think that hiding protects them, but hiding has a cost. When people continuously suppress their gifts, they often experience these things: chronic frustration, resentment, anxiety, emotional exhaustion, identity confusion, depression, creative stagnation, loneliness. Why? Because human beings were not designed to permanently disconnect from expression. Your voice is not just a performance tool. It is part of your nervous system, part of your identity, part of your spiritual architecture. When people silence themselves long enough, they begin to feel disconnected from life itself. Many people are not tired because they are working too hard. They are tired because they are fighting themselves every day. And one of the saddest realities in the world is watching gifted people slowly convince themselves that shrinking is maturity. It is not. I'll read that last part one more time. One of the saddest realities in the world is watching gifted people slowly convince themselves that shrinking is maturity. It is not. Let's talk now about why gifted people often struggle with visibility. Gifted people are often highly sensitive. Think about your gifted friend, or if you are gifted yourself. We are very, very sensitive people. Gifted people are often highly sensitive because they notice everything. They notice criticism. They notice rejection. They notice energy shifts. They notice disappointment. They notice embarrassment. And many talented people had early experiences where visibility became associated with pain. Maybe they were mocked. Maybe they were bullied. Maybe they were rejected in church or school, family, relationships, or artistic spaces. Or maybe they were celebrated for their performance, but not loved as human beings. So they learned, as I learned, if I stay small, I stay safer. If I stay small, I stay safer. And that survival adaptation follows people well into their adulthood. Now they want success, but fear exposure. They want opportunity, but fear judgment. They want visibility, but they fear criticism. So they remain trapped between desire and fear. And that tension, beloveds, creates paralysis. Let's talk now about the nervous system and the fear of being seen. Many people think that confidence is a personality trait. It is not. Confidence is often nervous system regulation. And a dysregulated nervous system interprets visibility, being seen on TikTok or out on a podcast or in Instagram reels or YouTube reels. A dysregulated nervous system interprets visibility as danger. That means that posting online can feel unsafe. Singing in front of people can feel unsafe. It does show up as agoraphobia, Jimmy Jams. Agoraphobia is classic not wanting to be seen. Speaking publicly can feel unsafe. Promoting yourself can feel unsafe. Asking for money can feel unsafe. And some people are not lazy. They're activated. Their bodies are reacting as if exposure equals threat. This is why forcing yourself through fear without support often fails long term. People do not heal visibility wounds through shame. They heal through safety, repetition, support, and compassionate exposure. This is why safe coaching spaces matter. This is why healthy artistic communities matter. This is why mentorship matters. Because people heal faster when they stop healing alone. Let's now talk about perfectionism as a trauma response. Perfectionism is often misunderstood. People think perfectionists are simply ambitious. Sometimes they're actually terrified. Perfectionism is frequently an attempt to avoid criticism, humiliation, abandonment, failure, or rejection. Many perfectionists learned if I can perform perfectly, maybe I can finally feel safe. If I can perform perfectly, maybe I can finally feel safe. But perfectionism creates impossible standards. So people delay launching, they delay posting, they delay auditioning, They delay singing. They delay creating. They become trapped in endless preparation. Perfectionism convinces people that flawless execution is required before participation. That is a lie. Growth requires visibility before mastery. You do not become confident and then visible. You become visible and gradually build confidence. That's big. That's big. If you think that I'm a confident person online, or that I confidently come out on these podcasts and I come out to these seminars, people are our greatest resources. Hey, me and my kids are watching in the car for a bit. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Shout out to people are our greatest resource. A lot of people think that I am confident naturally, that I'm somehow different than other people because I'm able to platform on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at the same time. I'm not special, and I'm certainly not specially confident. I showed up way before I was confident, and that confidence built over time. Once again, you do not become confident and then visible. You become visible and gradually build your confidence. And so if you think that not posting or not launching your dream or not becoming seen is going to help you build confidence, that's not how it goes. You're going to post to one person watching you, two people watching you, three people watching you. I've had 92 million people watching me at the same time. But that's because I was visible way before I got there, and there was no quaking in the boots about it because I had already gradually built my confidence over time. So sitting now in front of three people on TikTok and one person over here, and even the 10,000 collective the 10,000 all together that sit in my audiences on social media, it's not a big deal because I've built confidence over the last 20 years. And if you are trying to start your confidence journey today, a great time to start working on your confidence is today. Jimmy Jam says, I'm a little more confident because of you, brother. That's great. Watching confident people will make you feel empowered to be more confident. The best time to plant a tree is 25 years ago, because now you'll be sitting in the shade of a pretty large tree. The second time to plant a tree is today, so that you can reap the benefit of that in the years to come. So if you want to plant the seed of confidence, I would recommend doing it today because it's gradually going to build over time. Let's talk about how shame blocks performance confidence. Shame, or what we call toxic shame in this community, attacks identity. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am the mistake. I'm going to read that one more time. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am the mistake. Shame attacks identity. And shame changes the way people perform. Shame causes tightness in the voice, hesitation in communication, fear of eye contact. Oh boy, boy, boy. I can go to the grocery store. I can go to the gas station. I can go to the post office. And you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, how many people have a fear of making eye contact. Could be caused by shame. Shame also causes you to apologize constantly, to shrink physically, to second guess your decisions, and have a fear of taking up space. This is why some talented people sound incredible alone, but freeze up around others. Their talent exists, but shame interrupts access to it publicly. Said another way, they're very talented, but they can't do that in public because shame disrupts their process. And confidence coaching, like I provide, is not simply about being positive. It's often about helping people rebuild safety inside their own expressions. Let's talk now about why overthinking destroys creative momentum. Overthinking kills movement. Creativity requires flow. Overanalysis or overthinking or rumination interrupts flow. Some people spend 6 months editing one idea. Some people spend 3 years preparing to launch. Some people spend 10 years thinking about their dream. Meanwhile, less talented but more courageous people move forward. Execution changes lives more than endless contemplation. Momentum matters. And creative people need systems that help them move before fear ever convinces them to stop. One of the greatest tragedies on the planet is a highly intelligent person who's using intelligence to rationalize self-hiding. One more time. One of the greatest tragedies in life is seeing a highly intelligent person using their intelligence to rationalize self-hiding. Ooh, my God. Now let's talk today about the difference between preparation and avoidance. Preparation has movement. Avoidance has excuses. Preparation says, I'm building capacity. Avoidance says, one more thing before I begin. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever said, I want to do this thing, but I just got one more thing to do. Put a 1 in the chat if you've said that. We call it yak hair here, a yak hair sweater. I would love to give all of you in the room a wonderful, I see you, Tara. I would love to give everyone in the room a wonderful yak hair sweater. But in order for me to give Tara and Jimmy Jams and everyone in the space a yak hair sweater, I have to climb a mountain where the yaks actually live. And of course, I'm going to need hiking gear. I don't have any hiking gear right now. I used to have hiking gear, but I don't have hiking gear right now. So I'm going to need hiking gear. I'm going to need, I think it's going to be cold up on the mountain. So I'm going to need a warm jacket. I'm going to need mace in case I see a bear. And then after I get all of those things to hike up the mountain, I'm also going to need scissors, special scissors to actually cut the yak hair. But then after I get up the mountain with all of my hiking gear, I'm going to have to then find a yak. And I'm not sure if you all know, but it's very hard to find a yak. And then after I find the yak, I'm going to have to catch him. And he's not going to make it easy for me to catch him. And so I'm going to catch the yak. And then I'm going to cut off the yak hair. I'm going to bag it. I got to also get the bags for the yak hair. Then after I get the bags for the yak hair, and I bag it on the mountain. I have to walk back down the mountain. I have to come home, and I need special crochet needles to make the yak hair sweater for you. And so I got to go and get the yak hair crochet needles. And then I got to sit down and take the time, maybe on TikTok Live or YouTube or Facebook, and then I'm going to make the yak hair sweater for you. And that's going to take a long time because I don't even know how to crochet. I don't. And then after I make it, I'm going to have to find a box. And then after I find the box, I'm going to have to get postage. And after I get the postage, I'm going to have to go to the post office. And then I'm going to have to send you the yak hair sweater. But I can't send it to you regular mail. I have to make sure that I put the tracking on it. And so I'm going to have to save a little more money so I can afford the tracking to send you the yak hair sweater. See how that goes? And so there's always one more thing to do before you start your dream. If your dream is the yak hair sweater, there's always going to be one more thing to do before you begin. Preparation has movement. Avoidance has excuses. Preparation says, I'm building capacity. Avoidance says, just one more thing before I get started. Preparation eventually leads to action. Avoidance creates endless delay. And a powerful question that people must ask themselves is, am I refining my gift or am I hiding behind preparation? I'll pause so you can write that down. Am I refining my gifts or am I hiding behind preparation? Because many people are no longer preparing. They are postponing visibility indefinitely. At some point, growth requires participation. You must enter the room. You must use the voice. You must release the work. I coach people and have folks around me who have folders upon folders of unreleased reels. They've got notes upon notes and notebooks upon notebooks of unreleased ideas. Growth requires participation. You must enter the rooms. You must use your voice. You must release the work. And only coaches like myself will tell you this. There is no way around it. Oh, you're going in there and you're going to speak up. Or you're going to go live. You're going to release the reels. You're going to call them on the phone. You're going to send them the email. You're going to go to a meeting. It is so funny. I'm out on Threads doing a bunch of promotion for the academy and for the network and for the work that I do in my coaching practice. And people will tell me all day long, I am so ready to change my life. I'm ready to have great sex, great food, great adventures, and great rest that comes from having great income. The way to get great rest in your life and to be able to take naps and to be recharged and refocused is by having additional income. And most people come to me because they want to do something to increase their income. Right? So I say to them, send me a warm introduction in the Instagram DMs. People are afraid of introducing themselves to strangers. Even if the strangers have money, even if the strangers have opportunities, even if the strangers are offering them more freedom in their lives and additional dead presidents, also known as money, people are afraid to enter the room. They're afraid to comment or to chat. Those of us who are community organizers and content creators, people are not engaging. It's not because they're not watching the content. They're afraid of entering the chat. They're afraid of entering the room. They're afraid of speaking up. They're afraid of looking dumb or stupid or not knowing what to say. Your growth requires participation. You must enter the room. You must use your voice, and you must release the work. And if you think there's any way around this, I got a unicorn and the Loch Ness monster to sell you. You're not going to get to great sex, great food, great adventures, and great rest that comes from great income without participating in your life. People don't read minds. We have a saying in New York City, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths do not get fed. How you expect somebody to pay attention to your dream or what you want to build or how you want to make money going forward, how you want to 10x your income going forward? How you expect them to believe in your dream if you're not even talking to them? And I see this once again out in Target, out in the grocery store, out at the gas station, all over the place. People are scared to connect. How are you going to connect to your dream? How are you going to pitch your project? How are you going to invite them to follow you or come to your live stream mini masterclasses unless you speak up? Fortune favors the bold. You quiet, scared people, you're not going to make no money that way. And aren't you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Aren't you tired of struggling with your finances? Aren't you tired of not being realized in your dream? Enter the room. Use your voice. Release your work. They've made it so easy now. You can just push a button, record real quick, push another button, all 10,000 of your watchers see it. Isn't that crazy for us old heads in the room from the 1980s? The 1980s people like me, it blows my mind. You mean I can push one button and record and talk to the camera, that I can push another button and post it? So you mean that I can, in the next 3 minutes, say something to the world? Yes. But Dr. Flo, I ain't got no time, Dr. Flo. My kids, Dr. Flo. My job, Dr. Flo. I'm so busy, Dr. Flo. You didn't have the time? I need a prop. I don't have my burner phone here. Let's use this. You didn't have time to go, beep, hey everybody, it's Dr. Flo. Hope you have a great day. Stay loved and lovable. Stay amazing. Post. You have time for that? Oh, people that lie to you about those types of carrying on will lie to you about other things as well. People who lie about not having the time to go record, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, 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 post. They're lying about other things too. Come out wherever you are. You got the time. You just need help rebuilding trust with your own voice. They got the time, action. They got the time. They're scared. Every time I see somebody, oh no, I could never. I'm gonna show y'all one more time the method of being seen. You open up the app, you push the button. Beep. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Flo. Want you to know that you're loved and lovable. Tap into my programming over on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll see you very, very soon. And DM me if you have any questions. Boop, post. But they ain't got no time. My kids, my job. I don't have enough money. The editing, that is a thing. This last week in my coaching practice, multiple students complained about not having enough time to edit. I said, you're not Oprah. You're not fucking TMZ. Y'all are not TMZ. You're not Oprah. You're not Jay Leno. You're not Stephen Colbert. No one's looking for you to edit your content. They're looking for you to show up consistently. Who do y'all think you are? You think you're fucking Oprah? I told one of my students this week, I said, who the fuck do you think you are? Oprah? Well, I want it to be perfectly edited. No, you're procrastinating. You're standing in your own way. It takes, in the year of our Lord, 2026, it takes less than 3 minutes to post. I will often make a video and post it while I'm on the toilet. And by the time I wipe my ass and flush, it's already on the internet. Stop playing with your dreams and your gifts. I'll record a post in bed, get up to take my morning shit, and by the time I flush the toilet, it's out in the world. I'm so busy, Dr. Flo. No, you hadn't. So how do you rebuild trust with your own voice? Many people do not trust themselves anymore. They abandon their instincts for approval. They have silenced themselves for acceptance. They've disconnected from their creative intuition. Rebuilding confidence begins with rebuilding self-trust. That means speaking honestly, practicing consistently, allowing for your imperfection, honoring your creativity, using your voice regularly, surrounding yourself with supportive people like Dr. Flo or others. Confidence grows through evidence. Every small act of expression teaches the nervous system, I survived visibility. I love that. Every small act of expression teaches your nervous system, I survived visibility. You know, I've been working at this for the last 9 years. I've been running Love and Action Network and Love City Arts for 9 years. And I've yet to see someone catch on fire and turn into a cloud of smoke from being seen online. I've seen some amazing things and I've seen some crazy things, but I have yet, in 9 years of doing this work, the first 4 years were part-time, and the last 5 years have been full-time. And in 9 years combined of this work, I have yet to see someone completely vanish in thin air and catch on fire and turn into a cloud of smoke from being visible online. And millions of people act like if they go live or if they post themselves online, they're going to be utterly destroyed. You're going to be all right. Every small act of expression teaches your nervous system, I survived visibility. And eventually, you'll feel as I feel. I belong here. I belong here. I'm part of this chorus of the universe that's echoing out on this product called social media. I put the social in social media. The people who follow me and haven't muted me, they hear from me several times a day. I'm very social with the media. I belong here. And as you are branching out and going live and sharing your reels and revealing your truth to the world, you're going to have people who are close to you who are going to make you feel like you're doing too much or doing the most. I can never do too much or the most in places where I belong. Now, if you don't belong here, if you don't go to this high school, then you don't go to this high school, but you can't convince me that I don't belong in this high school. Have you seen the people in this high school? I definitely belong here. Let's talk now about visibility as a spiritual and professional responsibility. Some people think that visibility, and there are people who think that my visibility is ego. There are a lot of people who think that I have a big ego. Some people think that visibility is ego. Sometimes visibility is service. If your voice helps people, if your story encourages people, if your art heals people, if your leadership guides people, then hiding impacts more than you. There are people waiting for what you carry. Visibility is not about fame. Sometimes it is about obedience to purpose. Sometimes it's about stewardship. Sometimes it is about refusing to bury what is placed inside you. Professionally, visibility matters because opportunities rarely chase hidden people. People cannot support work that they never see. People cannot hire gifts that they never experience. People cannot collaborate with silence. Oh, Lord. I'm out doing outreach efforts on social media every day, and people will come into the chat or they'll come into the comment section of my post and they'll say, I don't want to buy anything from you, Dr. Flo. I don't want to buy your coaching. I'm here to collaborate. I'm not looking to pay people. I want to collaborate. And I'll say to them, okay, what do you want to collaborate? What do you want to do? 95% of them don't say anything. Oh, so you don't want to pay me for my services. And in lieu, which I love that word, in lieu of paying me, you want to collaborate. And I'll say, all right, when's our meeting? When are you showing up to collaborate? You don't want to pay me, but if you want to collaborate, you're going to have to show up for a couple meetings and get organized. And then there's just this silence that happens. People cannot collaborate with your silence. Let me move on. Let's talk now. And I think this is my last talking point. We're going to talk now about how safe communities accelerate confidence. Action Royale says true. Yeah, I don't like these people. But you know what? High school never ends, man. I taught this for years. High school never ends. And there are people who will go to the dance. They will go to the dance, stand on the wall the entire time looking crazy. They will leave the dance and go home and tell their parents, no one asked me to dance. They will stand at the dance the whole time and then say, nobody picked me to dance with them. Make it make sense. Action Royale is saying over on TikTok, I think sometimes we need the help, but then get intimidated or unsure of where we need the help. So used to hearing no, we're not prepared for the yes. Oh yes. Well, that's, you know what? This is good because I haven't done the June master classes yet, but there's one that I want to do called Ways to Repair Self-Abandonment. And now you're inspiring one where I'll come back either later in this month or next month. And I want to do a little mini masterclass on preparing for your yes. Because you're right. You're right. And there's a whole different confidence that one has when you know you're prepared for your opportunity. I used to say, get ready. I'm not just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And a lot of people are not prepared for their yes. You say to them, hey, yo, what we doing? I'm ready to go. I got a whole 9-year strong infrastructure. I got professional systems. I've got email-based systems. I've got outreach. I have over 10,000 people watching me and engaging my content daily. I got 10,000 people to put eyeballs on you. Hi, Glowfi. Welcome. Where are you watching from? I'm taping a masterclass over on YouTube and Facebook. Where are you watching from? We're live. Where are you watching from? What's your dream? What are you building? How are you tapping into your flow? Welcome to the Soul Family. But people start mumbling every day. Chicago, 60652. I ask people all the time, what are you ready to build? What's your dream? And they go, like, okay. Or they'll say to me, I like what you do, Dr. Flo, but I can't afford it. This young lady, before I walked in the room today, I was taking my afternoon nap. And before I walked in to do this masterclass, a young lady told me, I cannot afford your academy and I cannot afford your services because I'm about to move into my car. I said, I've got many services within my network and my academy and my coaching practice that are free. Some people are so overwhelmed and so stressed out and so accustomed to no that they can't even afford free. I don't ever want to be so broke that I can't afford free. We've experienced this for the last 5 years. Tara and I have been experimenting within our businesses with opportunity pricing and sliding scale pricing. People say things like, I'm about to move in my car, I can't afford you, or Dr. Flo, I don't want a bill. I never sent you one. I've never sent these people a bill. There are people who get bills from me, but there are people who I've never sent a bill to or talked about a bill, and they'll say things like, I can't afford you, Dr. Flo, and I don't want an invoice. Well, that's convenient because I wasn't going to send you one. Since you brought it up, though, I'm joking. I get paid. I charge between $0 to $2,500 a month for my services. You can't find yourself in that? But scrolling up, I think sometimes we need the help, but then we get intimidated or unsure of where we need the help. And that's why I've been really, really wanting to work on developing apps that allow people to select what they're going through and then get recommendations on the help they need. But some people are very distrustful of helping. Like, I have made more money by just charging the price than trying to do it for free. People are I had a young lady earlier in the week who sat through the entire discovery call for 25 minutes, barely breathing. I had to ask her several times, could you just breathe? And then we got to the end and she was like, well, how much is it? I was like, well, I pass a donation cup through the network once or twice a week, but I would love to have you in the program just to help you grow. And she went, oh. I was like, what is going on? She went, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for the bad news. I was waiting for you to tell me that I couldn't afford your network and your academy and your services. She eventually left the session, sent me a Cash App, put a testimonial online about the amazing time she had. I'm going to see her next week. I'm filling the gaps. I know you can't afford me, but you got something. I know what it's like to see a $65 service and only have $15 to spend. So the universe provides the 50. Hand me the 15. We'll get it done. People don't trust it. But let's land this thing by talking about how safe communities accelerate confidence. Healing accelerates in safe environments. This is why community matters. People become stronger when they are encouraged consistently, when they are witnessed compassionately, when they are challenged safely, coached honestly, and celebrated genuinely. One healthy room can change a life. One supportive mentor can interrupt years of self-hiding. One consistent coaching relationship can completely reshape someone's confidence trajectory. This is why I believe so deeply in creating spaces where people can practice visibility without humiliation. Spaces where people can strengthen their voice, rebuild confidence, develop performance skills, move through stage fright, stop shrinking, and where they can reconnect with purpose. Because isolation prolongs fear. Support accelerates growth. If the conversation today resonated with you, I want you to understand something clearly. You do not have to navigate this journey alone. Some people need confidence coaching, visibility coaching, vocal coaching, performance training, nervous system support, accountability, safe creative community, structured development. This is the work that we do in Love in Action Network. And inside our programs, sessions, and academy spaces, we help people strengthen their voice, move through stage fright, stop hiding creatively. We help them stop hiding creatively. We build healthier visibility habits. We improve performance confidence. We reconnect with purpose and momentum here. And whether you are a singer, an artist, entrepreneur, speaker, coach, creative leader, content creator, worship leader, or someone who's just tired of shrinking, this space is for you here. And if you are interested in confidence coaching, visibility coaching, intro vocal performance sessions, or academy onboarding, reach out today. Do not spend another 5 years waiting to feel before allowing yourself to be seen. Your voice deserves support. Your creativity deserves development. And your gifts deserve expression. On behalf of myself, Dr. Flo, and everyone in our fabulous network, Love in Action, we invite you, as always, to tap in if you'd like over on lovedandlovable.org, askdrflo.com, or lovecityarts.net, or the link in bio if you're watching out in those supported spaces. And on behalf of myself and everyone in the team, we invite you, as always, to stay in your power, stay in your joy, and stay loved and lovable until we see you next time. Thanks for watching.